Hi, this is Mrs. Neiger. I've got some Spanish basics to talk to you about. We're going to have some worksheets today on informal commands in Spanish. There's some easy ways to create imperatives and commands in Spanish, and we're going to talk about some of the easy ones today. The to command is an imperative or a command or an instruction that you would give to someone who's your friend, your peer, your child, a young family member. This is really useful for when you need to give instructions or when you need to follow directions to understand what's being said. In order to create the to command, you'll use what we would call the el form of the verb. And so that's where if you were saying he eats, the word eats would be come, él come. That means he eats. But if you want to tell someone to eat, you can use the same word, come. To make the distinction between he eats and you eat, you'll basically use context clues and voice inflection. A lot of times you'll use the phrase por favor to go with it. Come, por favor. And that distinguishes it from el hombre come, the man eats. So when you put the phrase por favor in front of the word or behind the word, if you use a set of exclamation points, the Spanish one's the upside down one in front of the command and the regular exclamation point after the command, that clarifies that this is a command. So there are some examples down here. Oh, and also just to be clear, if you have a verb that ends in AR, you replace the AR ending with the letter A. So a good example for that, the verb hablar, which means to speak. If you want to tell someone to speak, take off the AR and just stick an A back on. So just habla. For the ER and the IR verbs, you would replace those endings with just the letter E. And interesting to note, these rules apply to affirmative commands telling people what to do, but they don't apply to the negative commands, which would be telling people what not to do. We'll discuss those some other time. Here's some examples of to commands. Llama al doctor. Lee tu libro. Espera por favor. Estudia. Practica. Recita. There's examples here, and you can read through those. As with many things, you can add an object pronoun to the end. If you're using a pronoun like her, him, it, me, that sort of thing, if you're using that pronoun with a command, it just gets smushed right onto the end of the to command. So visítala, visit her. Invítalo, visit him. Invite him. Preséntalo, present it. Estúdialo, study it. Mírame, look at me. Okay, coming back up to the other column, we have irregular to commands. Of course, there are some irregular ones. I put those here. You can read through them. We won't be using these in our worksheets, but they'll come in handy. The shall we questions, when you want to ask, shall we do this or shall we do that? You can use the nosotros form of the verb and just say it like you're asking a question. Estudiamos? Shall we study? Respondemos? Shall we respond? Comemos? Shall we eat? And when you're responding to that, or when you want to make a suggestion to a group of people that includes yourself, you can use the phrase vamos a and then add an infinitive verb. So this is very easy. Vamos a comer. It means let's eat. Vamos a leer. Let's read. Vamos a ver. Let's see. Vamos a ayudar. Let's help. The drill worksheets for this week are going to be informal commands, drills 51 and 52. In these worksheets, you're going to be filling in the informal command that replaces the words in italics. So you're going to start with the infinitive that's in parentheses. Do remember, for those single word basic commands, you're going to use the L form of the verb to create a to command. So where it says please eat, the eat is a single word, and you're going to replace it with a single word in Spanish. It's going to be the word come, because we take comer and we say it like we would be saying he eats, but this is come, por favor. And so when you fill that one in, it'll be the word come. Let's eat soup. The let's eat, the ones that start with let's, you're going to use vamos a with an infinitive verb. So let's eat soup is going to be vamos a, and then the infinitive comer. So vamos a comer.